Welcome back to the Chiefin podcast, folks. All aboard the struggle bus. All aboard the toxic gossip train. Do you know that?
Nope.
You don't pay attention to the internet, do you?
I do, but whatever that was, didn't see it.
Toxic gossip train.
What is it?
It's that one old school YouTuber, Miranda Sings, that's diddling kids.
Oh, I have seen her before.
Come on, Grandpa, pay attention.
I have. I saw her in a video with Jerry Seinfeld.
Just seeing her, like what she's in trouble for, that the whole internet's reacting to.
I know that she did like a ukulele thing.
Yeah, that's her song.
Oh, I didn't watch the song.
A toxic gossip train.
I watched like maybe the first 2 seconds, and I'm like, this is cringeworthy. I can't.
Don't you tell me that I'm diddling those kids.
Was that in the song?
No, but it's basically the gist of it.
I thought it was like for grooming purposes.
Yeah.
So was it like, is it allegedly that she did that, or do they actually have proof?
You can't, I feel like you can't prove grooming.
Yeah, you can.
How?
If you have like stuff on phones and stuff, or emails.
But that's not grooming, that's just like a crime.
No, I mean like if they're talking to someone.
Right.
And they're saying like, well, maybe you should come to the show sometime.
Yeah, I think she was doing inappropriate conversations, but I'm not sure any of them were illegal. So that's why, like, grooming I don't think is a crime.
I'm pretty sure it's a crime.
I think it's a crime in the court of public approval, but, like, you can't go, there's not 25 years for grooming.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
She definitely...
but if you're even having this conversation, you probably did something wrong. Where you're like,
yeah.
I didn't actually do something bad.
They're like, well, technically I didn't, but I was right about him.
Yeah.
That's like right before, what's his name, Chris Hansen comes out. He goes, let me tell you why you're here.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Why don't you take a seat?
Dude, all the old school YouTubers are going down. It's really sad. I mean, pretty much Shane Dawson got canceled. Jenna Marbles hasn't posted on the platform for like
What
years.
happened to Shane Dawson?
He made some joke about like fucking a cat or something. And then he did some kind of like video that the Will Smith's family had offense to. And so he got canceled for that. Jenna Marbles resurfaced that she did some like blackface posing as Nicki Minaj for an old video that got her canceled. And now Miranda Sings, which is old school YouTube.
I didn't know it was old. I didn't know she was old school YouTube.
Shit. Oh yeah. Old.
Never seen any of her stuff until recently, where I saw a video with her and Jerry Seinfeld, and that was it.
Just wait for that Frank guy to go down.
Frank Caliendo?
No, like, was it Frank? The guy that had the voice?
Oh, Filthy Frank.
No, thinking of a different guy. White dude, bowl cut hair.
Oh, Oliver Tree.
Yes.
That's who it was.
Anyways.
I don't know who you're talking about, Frank.
I'll put a clip here.
I don't really know what to get because my mom gave me a grocery list, but I ate it because I was hungry, so I guess I'm gonna have to wing it.
Oh, that guy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Guys, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. Actually, it is transportation. We are on the road right now as I speak to you through your ears to Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas for my favorite Jewish friend's bachelor party, L'chaim. And we thought, what better way to celebrate this road trip and create really a good omen of us having a good road trip than talking about some of the worst road trips we've had.
Well, worst and best.
Oh, I only got bad.
Oh, no.
And I'm realizing all of them are with Kyle Hadabaugh.
Bird.
I have like 4 bad stories with Kyle Hadabaugh.
We're only supposed to do 2 each.
Oh, I just started writing. I just started spitting, dude.
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's with Kyle. That one was with Kyle. That one was with Kyle.
Oh, no. So I didn't remember the Bird Machine one until now. I actually liked that one. I liked that trip.
Were you in the car for that?
Yeah.
3 hours of Bird Machine up to Mammoth was
cool
horrible.
I was cool with it, man. It was great.
It was the most obnoxious song. I'll put it here.
The bird machine. Check.
Blood coming out later. The worst, like, it's not a song that ages well. And it was really popular at the time with our buddy who DJ'd. And he thought, why not have it play every other song loudly?
I thought it was really good. This is also back when we were like into like more dance
like 19
EDM music.
years old.
Yeah. That was when we first
Brendan
met Brendan. Yeah, that's
wild.
He saw me naked that trip.
Yeah.
Wasn't by. I mean, I guess it was kind of by choice.
That's why he stuck around so long.
He's like, gotta get that dick.
It's like, just want to recreate that moment.
And he got me back one day. That was...
Well, that's one of mine. Is Bird Machine. That sucked.
I thought Bird Machine was good, the song. And we even played it during...
Love that. That would be a highlight.
It wasn't a highlight. I wasn't saying... But I did like the song. I remember it being like, yeah, like Bird Machine. And we played it everywhere we went, too. Like, even like when we were in Mammoth. And then eventually I'm like, please, God, no more. But it started out great.
God.
I liked it until it wasn't great. One of my worst ones was... so it's not just road trips. It's just like vacations in general.
Oh, okay.
We went to Hawaii. My first time ever going to Hawaii. Amazing trip. Loved the entire trip. Until I had to go to the bathroom, and I had swim trunks that had a zipper on it, and I peed, and then I went to go zip, and I straight up just zipped my dick up, like just like part of the skin. I was like, and then I quickly like pulled it back down, and it hurt like hell, dude.
Dang.
So then I was in there for a while, and my grandma walked over there with me to go to the bathroom. And she's waiting outside, like, what's taking him so long? And I come out, and she's like, what? Are you okay? I was like, well, I zipped it up. And she's like, oh, okay. I'll put some Neosporin on it. I'm like, no! I won't put Neosporin on it. She goes, oh, right, yes, okay.
Jeez, dude.
But, dude, it hurt so fucking bad. I'll tell you, I'll never buy zipper swim trunks again.
I didn't even know those existed.
Yeah.
I've never seen them.
I bought them because they had like Hawaiian flowers on them, and I'm like, that's perfect for when we go to Hawaii. So I bought them, and then sure enough, zipper, no dice.
And boom, circumcision included.
Yeah. You never met a man that's been circumcised twice. You have now.
My second one, another one with Kyle Hadebaugh, and you know what? Women are great and everything, but I think being gay probably has its advantages too, because I guarantee you this has never happened in a two-male relationship where you're driving to Vegas and about an hour and a half into your drive, your girlfriend goes, oh, I left my ID at home.
Wasn't that Logan?
Yeah. And you turn around to get it, and you sit back in the same traffic that you're heading out in. You know, it's more like, you know, the rush of starting the road trip, and then you're like, oh, we're going. And then you hit a little traffic, and it's like, all right, whatever, but we're going to be there soon. Nothing worse than the boner kill of turning around and going back home.
All the progress you made, gone.
Yep.
No, see, that was one of my favorite things of a road trip that we had with Kyle Costers, actually. He
always forgets something. He'd be the worst gay guy.
We're on our way there. We're like 2 or 3 hours from Mount Whitney. We're gonna hike up Mount Whitney, and his dad's like, we rented an RV, and he's driving the RV, and he turns around, and he's like, hey Kyle, go get your bladder for, like, you know, the Camelback. I'm gonna put some electrolytes in there so we can have it on the trip. And he goes, okay, where he's like, where's your bladder? He goes, well, it's in my pack. And he goes, where's your pack, Kyle? And he goes, hanging in the garage.
Oof.
Forgot his backpack on a backpacking trip.
That's like a big hike too, right?
Yeah, it's like a 24 mile hike. It's a long
So you
day.
had to use everyone's shit.
Yeah, no, he eventually, he was like, we're not turning around. So just bought a bunch of stuff while we got there.
Oh,
there's
okay.
an area at the bottom.
That's not bad then.
It was just hilarious though.
Yeah.
I tell that story as many times as I can because I think it's fucking hilarious. How do you forget a backpack on a backpacking trip? But sorry, that wasn't my worst. My second worst, I would say this is by far the worst trip I've ever been on. It was great. I went to a wedding in San Francisco, drove all the way there. My friend invited me to go with her and had a great trip, but she got super drunk the night before. We were going to leave, and I think from here to San Francisco is like, what, 7 hours?
Sure. I don't know.
She puked the entire drive. And she was like, oh yeah, I'll drive, no problem. Like, she had her
Did she get
her
like car sickness?
No, it was like she was just hungover.
Wow.
But
she got that drunk?
It was really, I was laying there in bed. It was like, I don't know, like 3 o'clock in the morning. We're sharing a bed, by the way. And all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, something bad's about to happen. I don't know what it was, but like I felt it. And then maybe 5 seconds later I hear, I'm like, oh my God. And it's just like, it's all on her side of the bed.
Dude.
And then she does this and flips. And I'm like, no. Luckily she did it like this though. And it like draped in front of me. And I'm like, Oh my God. And then she turns and then just pukes on the floor.
She
and
almost
then,
Elvis'd.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. Then she went to the bathroom, threw up in there. And then the next morning, I felt really bad about this, but I'm like, I have to shit. Like, I have to shit so fucking bad. So she was puking, stops, washes her face, washes her
You
hand.
shat and then she puked in the shit toilet. That's so gross.
I shit, flushed it.
Oh my God.
And then she was like, oh my God, move. And I was like, oh no, don't go in there. Don't go in there. And I think it made her puke even more.
Dude, how many times have you thrown up after a bad night of drinking?
Never. Oh, a bad night?
Like, maybe only once? I don't think I've ever gone back, like, 3 or 4 times to the toilet to throw up. That's aggressive.
But, sorry, I meant, like, the next morning I've never puked.
Yeah, but yeah.
But the night, I've puked a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. I remember...
I think I just puke and then pass out.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying, like, multiple times. I'm saying, like, I do, like, one big puke and then I'm done.
Yeah.
But I've done that multiple times.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. But she's going back and forth.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
But the worst was on the car ride because I'm like, please just eat, like... bread and drink some water because you need to have some because you just keep puking everything up that you're eating, so just make it water.
Oof.
And she's like, okay, yeah, but yeah, it was like a 7-hour drive. The trip itself was great up until the puke.
Yeah, just
the
like
puking
ruins.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I was like, I can't sleep right now. There's no way while this is going on. But then I did. I passed out pretty hard. So that was the worst.
I have another bad Cal ahead of us story.
Okay.
So it was a Vegas trip we all went on. And I think it might have been the same trip that Logan left her wallet, but it was on the way home. There was a dead body or something.
Yeah.
And it ended up making our trip home take like 8 or 10 hours. And it was bumper to bumper traffic on whatever highway. And we were side by side next to one of those like corral carts that have pigs in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So for like hours, we are just driving next to these pigs that are about to get slaughtered.
And they stink.
Yeah, that was horrible.
See, I actually had a good trip that trip because I had a
the trip was fine. The driving just sucked.
No, well, I mean, we didn't have, a no ID debacle. We just went straight. But also, Hope, she does this thing where she'll start cleaning up at like 7 in the morning, being like, hey, we're about to leave. So she's like cleaning. It might have been actually earlier than that, so that we could leave by 7. She's cleaning up and stuff. And I'm like, oh, are we leaving? Okay, whatever. So I get up, pack all my shit up, and then we leave. And we had only 15 minutes of traffic because we were like one of the first people to see the dead body.
Well, you were probably the first one. I think you guys hit it. Right?
Yeah,
you had to be.
Oh, we saw it, and it was like just a dead body on the road, like on the side of the road. And I'm like, Is someone fucking dead over there? And then, sure enough, we looked it up, and yeah, it was just a dead body on the side of the road. But I was glad that we left so early because we only had 15 minutes of like bumper to bumper traffic, and then it cleared up. And I was like, okay, that would suck if we left later.
So what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas.
Well, he did stay in Vegas.
True.
He's never gonna leave.
Damn.
But yeah, you guys, I think you left at like 10.
Yeah, I remember. I just remember. I think it was like an 8-hour drive.
It was horrible for you guys. It took us like 4 hours.
Yeah, twice as long as it should have been.
So now we're on to, well, I guess I am. He has just negatives. On the best vacations or best times during vacations, it's hard to not bring up Hawaii just because Hawaii is such an amazing trip. But Hope's wedding was an amazing vacation altogether, and one of the best things that we did was we went horseback riding on the beach, like up this trail, and then we got to see the beach and the ocean and stuff. It was fantastic. And some other, we had a couple other Hawaii trips that were just top notch.
Hawaii's the best.
Yeah.
Hawaii's where I proposed. It was such a memorable trip.
Oh, well, you could put that on your list.
No, I want to do bad stories. Oh, I got another one where a repeating song happened. I think I was like 12 or so. We went down with, I don't know why we did this, but my parents and my brother, it was something with our church. We went down to Mexico to do like relief work at like an orphanage. And on the way home, we got lost driving from Tijuana back to fucking Anaheim. And so we ended up having to get the aid of the police. and that was sketchy just because you hear about all these stories of how the Mexican police are dirty. And what made it worse is the trip of us getting lost. The driver the entire time only had one CD of music playing.
Oh, no.
And the song that I remember playing over and over again was the Spice Girls, If You Want to Be My Lover.
Great song.
Like, I think we probably listened to it 6 times or so until someone's finally like, just turn off the music. So that sucked.
So, again, we went to Hawaii, and this is actually a bad story. My parents did the same thing. They bought, who's that big Is? Yeah, he's just a big Hawaiian dude, and he sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Well, they had the whole CD, but they only played that one song, like the entire trip, to the point where Hope eventually took it out of there and hid the CD so that they couldn't play it. Because it was like, please, for the love of God, don't play this song anymore. But one of my best trips was that sweet, sweet chicken sandwich in Tahoe.
Oh, my God, dude.
Picture this, okay? Whole bachelor party, dressed up to the nine, right? Almost in suits, not so much, but we're wearing nice button-up shirts, nice shoes. We stroll up to this brewery, and we all sit down and...
Yeah, it's just a regular barbecue place. Not like they're known for chicken sandwiches. No. They just have an assortment of food.
And we sit down, and she gives out menu after menu, and we go down the line, and she just say, I'll have a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have a chicken sandwich. Yes, I'll have a chicken sandwich. We could have just said, like, 9 chicken sandwiches or 10 chicken sandwiches, whatever. We made sure each one.
She did catch on. She asked each person.
Every single person. And then she goes, so what brings you guys to Tahoe? And Bryce goes, the chicken sandwiches. We're all dressed up.
Yes, like, he's probably like, what kind of like prank are they pulling? But we were just there for the chicken sandwich.
And then the night before, we went to a club, and I was wearing this hat, the moist hat. And I don't even think I was wearing a button-up shirt. I think I was wearing like a regular T-shirt. And we
at some casino.
We fucking get there, and I don't know if you guys have seen Deadpool 2, but there's a girl named Domino in that, super hot. And one of the bartenders looked, or one of the is it bartender? Yeah, one of the bartenders. She looked like Domino, like she looked like the girl that plays her. And I told that to Bryce. I was like, dude, she looks like Domino. And Bryce's like, you should go talk to her. So I walk up there with my fucking moist hat. And I tell her, I'm like, hey, just so you know, you're absolutely beautiful. I just think you should know that. Also, can I have 2 adios, motherfuckers? And Bryce thought, he's like, you didn't go up there and say, hey, you look like...
Yeah, it's loud, so I don't see anything. I just see Daniel going to talk to this girl at the bar. And I'm like,
she was...
He just goes,
he's like,
you look like Domino.
He's like, whatever you did, she looked happy, and she smiled and looked like, oh my gosh, thank you. But he's like, you didn't say... You look like Domino from Deadpool 2, right? I was like, no.
That was fun.
Dude, that was one of my favorite trips in a long time. That was a great trip.
Until this one, Costers.
Leave it in. No, come on.
Everyone likes their own brand.
That is true.
It's pretty much all mine. I just have a bunch of horror stories from traveling up to the Pacific Northwest, like missing flights and having to spend the night in airports and stuff, or driving in the fires from Portland to Bend.
You have horrible luck with that.
I've learned I'm really good at complaining to get money back, and it works every time. Like the for Josh's thing where I had to drive down from Portland, they just comped my rental car and everything, so that was dope.
Well, they should. I mean, that's on them.
Yeah, kind of, but like it's also not on them. They could have been like, we could just get you another flight at a later time.
But you missed your connecting flight.
Yeah, but I feel like they're not liable for that.
They totally are. You missed the connecting flight. You need to be on schedule. If you miss,
they're not liable.
But if you're
monetarily,
late, they leave without you. If the plane doesn't leave, everyone on the plane doesn't get to leave. Like, you did miss something. You missed the rehearsal. That's why you fucked up so bad when you were walking out.
I think I nailed it.
No, I'm kidding. You did good.
I was like, dude, I'm glad I didn't even waste time being there.
Thank God. I drove instead of went to the rehearsal.
Like, you're inviting Michael Jordan to go practice? He's good. Just tell him where the game's at, okay?
Just give him a jersey and some shoes.
Just tell him
He'll figure it out.
Just tell him black shirts, okay?
Oh, yeah? You fucked up. You brought a white shirt.
Yeah. Well, in my defense, like when Josh goes, we're wearing all black. I'm like, okay, black suit, black tie. I've never seen black shirt.
It was in the text.
You said, I don't think he said black shirt. He said all black.
Oh, it was in the text. It was like all black, and he said, here's where you can get it. This is how you can order it. All of us got one besides you and Aaron.
I clicked all the links because I got the black tux thing.
You had to change it from white to black though.
Or vice versa. Black to white.
No, white to black.
Oh, you manually had to change it?
It was white.
I feel less worse then.
It was white. You had to change it to
So
black.
he sent me the white.
No, because
So
that
do
was
you, Josh. You
that,
sent
because
me
that
the
was
white.
that was the generic thing. It was like, this is the suit, this is the pants, the shoes, this is the shirt. But if you want a different shirt, which when we all said that we were gonna get, got that. Hey, you know,
Don't
a good thing
remember
though.
it at all.
At least yours buttoned all the way up.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Mine didn't go to the very top, so I was like, I had to like fucking finagle my
I want to
tie.
see all the pictures around. It's just you with like a popped out.
You couldn't notice though unless you really knew it was happening.
Yeah.
But I saw a couple pictures. I was like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Oh man. Well, guys, those are some travel stories. Do you have any more?
Cirque du Soleil Beatles show in Vegas. One of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Highly recommended. We just had like an extra 2 hours, I think, and we're like, well, let's go to the show. Why
Yeah,
not?
that's cool.
And it was super good. Like one of the best shows I've ever seen. And it was like just a spur of the moment kind of thing. Another Vegas trip actually was my first Vegas trip with Kyle and Gordon, and we go to
The security guard.
the security guard. We go to Caesar's.
Iconic.
We go to Caesar's
Gordon
Palace.
should be. Or Gordon's out of town, huh?
He'll be here in August.
But not for Kyle's thing.
No, I don't think so. But we go to Caesar's Palace, and there's this like roped off area, and we're like, fuck that. And we're all just super drunk, right? Go over the roped off area, and very politely, this security guard comes up and goes, hey, you guys can't go through here. It's roped off for a reason. And then Gordon goes, oh, okay, thank you. So then we, hop over back and just walk away. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I was like, boy, Gordon, you really let that security guard bend you over and dog you raw. And he's like, what? And Kyle's like, yeah, dude, I saw the whole thing. You really fucking pussed out over there. So then it kept escalating and escalating and escalating to the point where we told the story to like my parents, and I was like, yeah. And then Gordon met his future husband there, and it was like
You told everyone that.
and we told everybody that. So now it's like whenever we see Caesar's Palace, we say, oh, Gordon's gonna go meet his husband. Oh god, it's so great.
Iconic.
And that was one of Gordon's best, I don't know, it just like spur of the moment jokes where there was a girl in the elevator with us. We were all like talking and partying and stuff, and then she joins us, and then we all got dead quiet. No one said a fucking word. And then we go up to our floor, the door's open, she leaves. I go up to her floor, door open, she leaves. And then Gordon, as the things are closing, he goes, goodbye, my love! And I was like, Gordon, that was the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. It was great. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Guys, hope you enjoyed. I think next time we talk, it's August.
Yes.
Stick around for that. Gonna have more content ideas. Probably gonna have another guest on. We'll have a blast. Thanks for joining us again. From all here at this podcast.
Chiefs keep it.